Now, we got a fish on the line, all right? Grab your rod and let's start reeling this fish in. But these questions will help you.
Welcome to the No Limits Podcast, where limits do not exist, where you can create cash flow, equity, and real freedom with the power of real estate.
Now, we will begin.
Welcome to the dojo. Dojo.
10 questions you can ask a seller to find out if they're motivated in 5 minutes or less. That's the topic of today's show. This is Todd Toback, and I want to welcome you to the No Limits Real Estate Investing Podcast. If you are trying to do your first real estate deal, you want to make big checks, create some income for yourself, and a lot of freedom, you are in the right place. My goal is to get you your first or next big check as fast as humanly possible, and then have that money make money for you month after month after month after month without your personal day-to-day involvement. So I've got a gift for you. Head on over to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com, and there I have a script for you. So the website actually is nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/script. Okay, make sure you add the /script. And if you go there, I'm actually going to give you the very exact script that I use to train my own acquisition specialist in my own real estate business, okay? Now, whether you are first getting started or you're already doing deals, you've got to download the script. I've used it to train thousands of investors across the country. And if you're wondering what to say or how to say it or just what that initial conversation is like, it's all there. So go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/script and download it today. All right. So today, I'm going to give you the 10 questions to find out if you've got a motivated seller on the line. And why is this important? Well, I can tell you that speaking to motivated sellers, the key word there is motivated. I've never done a deal with a seller who wasn't motivated, who didn't have a problem, didn't have a pain, didn't need a solution to their problem, right? I think a lot of people out there think that they need to chase sellers or beg them to do business or drag them across the finish line. And I can tell you nothing is further from the truth. The great thing about this business and the reason why you could make $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 checks pretty much on demand is because you're solving big problems, okay? But only to a small set of the population. And your job is to find that population. So these questions, okay, after you download the script, these 10 questions are going to really, really, really help you find out whether you have a contender or a pretender. That's very, very, very important. And every single seller that we've done business with, number one, they've wanted to sell, and number two, they had some kind of motivation. Second thing that I want to talk about, and I talk a lot about this in the No Limits selling system, is that my selling style and how I train the top investors, it's really just a time management and state management tool. By state, I mean the way that you feel about sales and talking to people, and also how you manage your time and compress timelines and either disqualify a seller and say, hey, you know what, we're not a fit. And again, the way that you feel doing so, right? Or pushing the people forward who have a problem. I'm going to say that again, right? Asking these questions is all about managing your time and then also managing how you feel about yourself, right? Because if you love sales and love talking to people, you're going to do a lot more of it. And so we're either deciding, hey, this person's not a fit and I'm not going to spend my time here, or this person has a problem that I can solve. And how do I push them to that decision faster? Again, their decision being the key word. And I love this stuff because we're not forcing anyone to do stuff. We're just helping them find their own decision faster. All right. So number one, my favorite question is, have you thought about just fixing this place up and listing with a realtor? Right now, if you're first getting started, or if you've been in this business for any length of time, you may be horrified by this question. Like, wait a minute. What if the seller says, you know what? That's a great idea. I'm going to list with a real estate agent. Well, I can tell you that they just did you a huge favor. I promise you, you did not give them that idea. People think sellers are stupid, and they are not. If they want to list with a real estate agent, if they're going to fix it up and they don't need your solution, guess what? They're not going to do business with you, and that is okay. But I'd rather ask the question. I'd like to hit them right between the eyes and get the answer now. Now, they may say, yes, exactly. I have 3 agents coming over, and I'm probably going to list with them, and one of them is my brother-in-law. Great. Deal done. I'm out of there. Let's move on to the next prospect. Or they might say, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want people walking through my house. This place is a mess, and frankly, I'm embarrassed. Now, we got a fish on the line, all right? Grab your rod and let's start reeling this fish in. But these questions will help you, okay? So that was number 1. By the way, that is a little bit of a stealth mismatch. I talk a lot about that in the no limit sales system. And if you want the very exact system that we use, again, the full system front to back that we use to train our reps, all the objections, all the techniques, all the questions that we ask people, the pauses, the mindset, you can go to nolimitsalessystem.com and check that out. All right. Second thing. What are your plans if you and I don't do business? All right. Now, I love this. This is more about being a truth teller and a truth seeker. And you're just asking a very blunt question, right? If we don't do business, right, are you going to call another wholesaler, or are you going to list with a real estate agent? Are you just going to keep it, right? But it's going to expose some truth. And they might not have really thought about that answer, but it's going to really bring things to the surface. All right. Number 3. The good thing is that it sounds like if this doesn't sell in 6 months, you're good with that. Right now, I really, really like that. That's another example of the stealth mismatch, because let's say they're acting like they're not motivated. Our job is to flush that out. And so if you use a term like, hey, 6 months, that's going to create like this, whoa, slow it down. I didn't say I was good in 6 months. I need to sell this in 30 days because I can't afford my mortgage payment next month, right? So it may flush that out, or they may say, yeah, actually, if I don't sell for another 6 months, I'll just live here until I die. Well, now you know you're talking to the wrong seller, right? So I don't care either way. I'm just trying to get to the truth faster. All right. That was number 3. Number 4 is, it sounds like a great property. Why would you consider selling it, right? And that's a great question, right? Just listen and then don't say a word. Okay, I want to hear painful, deafening silence after you ask that question. All right, this is a good one. And this next one, a lot of people are scared to ask this question. And you know why? It's because they're scared of the answer, all right? Or they're going to give the seller some more ideas, right? And the question is, who else have you spoken to about this, right? Or you could say, who else are you talking to, right? Now, again, people are scared to ask this question because they're scared of the answer. But if a seller is talking to 8 other people and they're coming over right after me, and the seller is not going to give me an agreement right there, I'm going to be a little hesitant about spending a lot of time with this. I know a lot of people will scratch and claw and fight with other wholesalers on skinny little deals, but that's not how I train, right? I train people to have highly profitable businesses with the least effort possible. And so we're looking for big deals. And so we want to work deals that we're not dealing with a ton of competition on. That's very, very important. All right. So one thing that I'll say is to find out if there are no other decision makers. I'll say, hey, it sounds like you don't need to speak to anybody else about this. There's no one else involved in this decision. And then just listen. That's another one where it requires deafening silence, right? It could be a brother, sister, tenant, whatever that is, but you want to find out who all the decision makers. Now, another one. Let me ask you a question. Why sell now? Why sell now? Now, what I like about this is it's an open-ended question. I talk a lot about this in the no-limit selling system, right? If you say, do you need to sell now? It's going to evoke a yes or no answer. But if I say, why sell now? The seller has to verbalize what's going on in their life that's going to require them to jumpstart things, right? Is it a new job? Is it the tax payments? Is it the tenant? Is it the bad partnership? Is it the health? I don't know what it is, right? But the question is why? Not do you need to sell now because that may cause a defensive posture, but why sell now? Right? Be very, very curious. Use a soft voice. If you're not talking to a driver, I talk a lot about that in the No Limit Selling System. Personality types matter, right? But unless you're talking to a driver, use a nice, soft, curious voice. If I'm talking to a driver, someone with like a, give me the price. When are we going to close? This. I'll say, all right, let me ask you this. Why sell now? Right? I'll use that tone, but only with a driver. All right. If I feel like the seller is not telling me something, okay, this is going to be number 8. I'm assuming all the taxes are paid. Right? So that's a stealth mismatch. So I'm assuming all the taxes are paid, right? Or I might say number 9, which is I'm assuming the house needs no repairs. And then just listen. 8 knots is going to start to flush out a whole bunch of stuff, right? And then I'll ask this one. From my standpoint, if I feel like someone is not motivated and I feel like I need to end the conversation, I've asked all the questions and I'm just not smelling anything, I might just throw this out there and I'll say, hey, from my standpoint, it sounds like you're not really interested in doing business with me. Is there any reason why I should think otherwise? Now, I know that's not an open-ended question, but that's me pulling away. It's me being reluctant. I'm walking out the door, right? I got my stuff and I'm saying bye. And kind of a Hail Mary here. And he may or she may say, you know what? Actually, there's something I didn't tell you, right? So that's a little bit of a Hail Mary. But don't be scared to walk out the door, right? At this point, I'm probably halfway out of there if they sounded unmotivated. So be very, very, very careful to just ask that final question to button everything up. Now, just a reminder, if you have not downloaded the script, go to nolimitrealestateinvesting.com/script. I'm going to give that to you for free. So I'm going to wrap up today's show, but I really want to encourage you to go out there and do some more deals, make some more money, do big deals, juicy deals, ask the right questions, and don't be scared of swing and a miss, because if you swing and a miss, guess what? One day you're going to hit and connect and hit that home run. Talk to you on the next episode.